Hi, I'm Mark,
And I'm Zach.
and this is Everyone Can Grill.
All right, well, what are we making today?
Today we're making an apple pie on the grill with Fireball Whiskey. And buddy, it doesn't get much better than that. Okay, for Fireball Whiskey, we're going to need light brown sugar, flour, granulated sugar, butter, a whole crap load of apples that have been soaking for 4 hours in Fireball Whiskey. And they're just sucking it all in. Look, they got a nice color to them. And with that, we're using, a store-bought pie crust, because I'm way too lazy for anything else. All right, let's start this apple pie. First thing we need to do is get the pie out of the apples. We're going to take this Fireball and pour it off. And don't get thirsty yet, because we're going to need some of it for the pie. But I'm putting it in a mason jar because what doesn't go in the pie is going to go in my stomach. So we did that. We'll let those sit. Get that out of the way. Get our little saucepan. Put the butter in there. Get that on the grill to melt. Now, for the hard part. And geez, oh Pete, I can't help it. That really sweetens up that apple, or that Fireball. We're gonna add a half a cup of, or 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of white sugar. Okay, let's give this a quick stir and break up that brown sugar. I packed it a little bit tighter than I should have, I guess. Okay, good enough. Because that'll dissolve here when we're cooking it. So to that, we're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, which is, I like a little more. So we're going to do that with the nutmeg and a tablespoon of the cinnamon. Which is a bunch, but man, is it good. So get that in there. Give it another stir quickly. Just get it kind of mixed, because this is going to keep on stirring and keep on cooking. Move that out of the way. We're going to take the apples and we're going to, no, not yet. Not yet with the apples. Let's do this first. We're going to add about that much of Fireball Whiskey to this. See, I told you that would dissolve. Just like that. Makes a nice sauce. Leave that there. Let's get our butter. Get it in there. Just like that. And we're going to give it a stir. It will melt down. I just wanted to get it in the grill to soften it up a little bit. Now, dump all this into a 10-inch skillet. And I was going to do this on the gas grill until I thought, hey, it's just cooler to do it over charcoal. So let's do this like we did our baked beans and get it partially over the direct heat. And we're going to get that melding a little bit. Once that butter's melted, we'll put the apples in it. We'll put some flour in it, and we're going to make a nice sauce, and then we'll build our pie. So let's do this, and we'll be back. All right, let's check on this. Yeah, see, the butter's melted. We're starting to make a little bit of a sauce here. So I'm going to pull that off for a minute because I don't want to make caramel. I want to make the filling. Now, there can go the apples. And I'm putting them all in here. This is going to go into a 9-inch skillet. Oh lordy, that's good. A 9-inch skillet with a, like I said, a store-bought pie crust. So let's stir this in here a little bit. Get these out. Look at that, I missed a whole bunch. Wow. Give that one to the chipmunks. Get this mixed in a little bit. And let those apples cook down. We're going to let this cook for just about 10 minutes before I put the flour in. And then I'll put the flour in and it'll tighten up. That's pretty. All right, let me get the lid back on this and let it cook. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. All right, it's been about 10 or so minutes, long enough for me to get chicken on the big grill and see how this is all starting to boil. These apples are starting to soften up, but they're not yet. They're still crunchy. But what we're gonna do right now is start adding flour to it. And I don't know if I'm gonna add it all, but we'll add a good portion right off the rip here and stir that in. See a bubbling over there? It's looking good. Get that stirred in there. And that'll thicken this sauce up. Yeah, we're gonna need it all, I think, today. It's not as warm as I'd like it to be out here. I think it's only like 40 degrees at the most. So I'm ready for summer, and it's just a couple days into spring. Yeah, we're gonna add the rest of that flour. I can see that's way too loose and it's not gonna thicken up in a couple minutes. So we'll put the rest of this in there, and I'll have the recipe again in my description with everything. If it came out good, bad, or indifferent, we're gonna have the recipe on there. Yeah, see, that thickened up now. It's starting to tighten up a little bit. Oh, it smells so good. See how that's starting to pull together? And as it cooks, it'll tighten up even more. So the next thing we want to do is we want to get our pie crust ready. Look at that. I'm really happy with that right now. See, it's getting stringy. Let that cook. And we'll get our pie crust going. I was going to put this on a 9-inch cast iron skillet, but I decided to go with a 10 instead, just because I have so much filling in there and I don't want to waste any of it. This has been out. I've had it next to the grill for a while, so it should unroll nicely. This is the same pan, if you watched, that I did the chicken pot pie. You know what? That's not big enough for this Giant Eagle one. We're gonna have to go with the smaller cast iron. I used a different brand of pie crust for the chicken pot pie. Now what I'm doing is I'm just pushing this down all the way in there. just like that. Get that crust all the way on the bottom. I'm going to fold it out just a little bit, like that. I'm going to put my glove on. Wrong glove. I'm going to put my other glove on to hold that skillet. And we're going to start scooping that pie filling. And oh, see how that got thick? Yeah, buddy. It's going to take me 3 days to clean this cast iron skillet out. But I'm telling you, when you try this, you'll realize it's going to be worth it. I'm going to get it all in there too. Just like that. Ta-da. Push that around a little bit and we'll get the top on it. So give me a second to get everything ready for that and we'll be back. All right, well, everything's in there. I wanted to take a second just to get this out of the box. I'm going to take it, I'm going to flip it over this way just so it lays on there nice. And let's try to make this look a little bit. I'm not very good at this. But I do like that chunky crust on the sides. Just like that. I'm going to get this whole darn pie crust on here. Just like this. All the way around. Yum! Now let's cut some slots in it. To let that steam out. Open it up a little bit. Just like that. Get it on the grill at 350. Get the lid on it. No wood smoke today. We don't need pecan pie. All right, we're gonna let that go for 40 minutes. I'll check on it about halfway through just so everybody can see what it looks like. So in about 20 minutes, we'll be back. All right, I said I'd bring you back halfway. It's a little longer than that. It's been 25 minutes since we put this on. And look at it, starting to stiffen up already. Got a little browning going on. Bubbling action. Love it. Put it back on. 20 more minutes and we'll be able to eat apple pie. Okay, it's been 40 minutes. And I think our apple pie is done. Look at it bubbling over the side a little bit here. I did stuff it full. I'm going to pull this off and set it down on a couple of hot pads right here. Let it cool off and we're going to have a taste. So 10 minutes at least for that thing to cool off, because you bite into it now and you're going to need a tongue replacement. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, let's try this apple pie. Oh yeah, that crust is nice and flaky. Ooh. Oh, it's still hot though. Let's take a bite anyhow. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that looks really good.
Oh, that apples, that sauce tightened up. Here, try that.
All right. Man.
That is good.
That is
it's still hot as hell, but it is really, really good. Everything will be in the description on how to make that. And if you don't, you're a fool, because it's the best apple pie you're ever going to have.
That's fantastic.
All right. I'm Mark.
I'm Zach.
This is Everyone Can Grill. Finish it.
That is good.